If I could go back in time and speak to baby photographer Lou, there are three things that I would love to share with myself. Now, when I first started in photography, I was plagued with self doubt. I would second guess everything. I would ruthlessly compare my photos to other people's photos that I saw. And I just generally held myself back from so many different opportunities that I know would have, provided me with joy and helped me achieve my goals as a photographer so much sooner. Now, the reason why I'm sharing with you today is because I hear from so many other women in our community that you are also feeling held back. You're lacking in self-confidence and you wish that you had the next steps to know how you want to achieve. So look, I can't go back in time and, shake myself by the shoulders, but the next best thing is that I can share my mistakes with you to help you overcome them and achieve your goals faster as a photographer. Now, like I said, one of the things that really frustrated me is that I missed out on leaning into the joy that photography can provide, the joy that comes with the community around photography. I was so scared to join in, to share my images, to put myself out there in lots of different ways. And so I know that community is such a big part of Click Love Grow, and I'm so proud of everyone that shares their work, but maybe you're someone who hasn't taken that step yet. So for anyone that's feeling frustrated and like you'd really love to achieve more with your photography, this is for you. Okay, so the first thing I want to share is that you don't need to be confident to start. You need to start before you're ready. Now, when I was learning, I would pick up the camera and I wouldn't take the shot. I would feel overwhelmed by the settings. I'd feel like, well, I don't understand how to use different lighting. I wouldn't take my camera places that I really wanted to record and remember because I felt like people might judge me. They might think, well, who does she think she is? Is she a photographer? Like there was so many ridiculous scenarios that would play out in my head that revolved around me not feeling confident yet. And so I would say to myself, well, when I feel more confident, I will take my camera on holiday. When I feel more confident, I will ask friends if I can take photos of their kids, right? Lots of different scenarios, including things like learning opportunities that I knew I would love to take part in, but I just thought, well, I'll just wait until I feel ready. Now, the problem is, of course, that I was waiting for my confidence to roll up, ring the doorbell, and announce its arrival, but that is not how it works. I've learned over time, and I see this all the time as a photography teacher, confidence builds as you take part. Confidence builds as you experiment and you play and you try and you fail. That is where all the learning opportunity comes from. And they're the experiences that will build your confidence over time. So I was very much waiting for that day. And so I learned through experience that you just need to start before your confidence arrives, and that's how it will build. And look, this isn't just true for photography. I've recently started doing triathlons. Now, I'm not very good at them. I'm not very fast at them. They're a little bit scary. But if I had said to myself, you know what, I'd love to do a triathlon, and I spent a year training, maybe 2 years, I probably never would have felt confident enough without just diving in and giving it a go. And so, diving into those photography opportunities that maybe you're a little scared to try are usually the things that will build your confidence and provide you with so much learning opportunity. So that was the first one. The second one is I would love to go back and tell myself that investing in yourself is not selfish. Now, I have three kids. They do a lot of activities, the swimming lessons, the dance classes, the costumes that we need to pay for different concerts, so many different extracurriculars that they take part in. And I never feel guilty paying those bills, for music lessons or whatever, because we know why we sign our kids up for activities. We want them to build self confidence, to build a community, to build their skills over time. Yet, when it comes to things for myself, I always had this idea, well, I can't spend money on XYZ, right? I would feel really guilty about it. Now, what I've learned over time, not just through my own experiences, but having our community at Click Love Grow, is the importance of doing something for ourselves. Now, yes, building a skill is fantastic, but photography as a creative outlet and as an art form and as a doorway to community is so much more than that. It's an opportunity to actually do something that excites us and provides us with an outlet that's different to our day to day lives. Now, Obviously, buying the cameras and the lenses, they can be a really big outlay, but also those opportunities for growth and doing workshops and taking courses, but also investing in getting the advice and support that will get you to your goals so much faster. And so, if you're ever struggling with that question of, well, I'm not sure if I can ever spring for that, just know that I very much used to feel that way as well. I had no problem spending money on other family members or other, my kids, etc., etc. But the rewards that I've had from learning to invest in things that are for me have gone well beyond just the photography skills. Okay, so the third thing that I would love to share with you is similar to that idea, but I used to say to myself, well, I'll be a better photographer when I buy that fancy camera, that fancy lens, that special piece of equipment that I need. So I learned that it's not about the photography gear, but it's about you. Okay. And so, again, I used to feel like I would never be able to progress my skills if I didn't have the same gear that I saw other people shooting with, that game of comparisonitis that would take part in my head. But the reality is that when you have a camera and a lens and you're taking photos, learning how to see, learning how to work with light that brings mood and feeling into your images, learning how to edit so you can bring the colors in your image to life. They are the things that will 100% make your photos so much stronger and improve the way that you're able to shoot, the art that you're able to create, the stories that you can tell so much more, and improve your work in such a bigger tangent than going out and investing in a piece of gear or, buying that fancy flashy camera without actually learning how to see like a photographer. And so I often have people say, well, what, camera should I upgrade to? Or I really feel like I need a new lens. I often say it's best to shoot with the gear that you have. Work out what your limitations are, work out what it is that you want to photograph and take images of, and then you'll know exactly what that next piece of gear is in order to be able to help you achieve your goals. Okay. Now, like I said, I can't go back in time and, shake my shoulders and steer myself onto a different path. But the next best thing is that I can share my mistakes with you and help you and provide you with that growth and support to help you achieve your photography goals. Now, if you are in that position, I just want to let you know that I absolutely know how you feel. I was very much in that position starting out as a photographer. And it's one of the reasons that when I was putting together the different programs we have at Click Love Grow, I created the advanced photography. You definitely don't have to be advanced to take that course. What it is helping you take those steps to advance your skill sets, to really help unlock the creativity and the storytelling and the capacity to be able to get everything you can out of your camera so you can take images that you love. Now, over 12 weeks, not only do we go through a whole series of practical challenges and different skill sets for you to arm yourself with, but we provide one-on-one instructor support so that you can get the guidance and the feedback so that you can be the best photographer that you can and do it in a way that gets you there quickly instead of trying to figure it out on your own, trying to navigate your way through, different resources. We'll be able to look at your images and say, okay, this is what you're doing fantastically. This is where you can strengthen your skills, and then you can go out and do just that. Now, our next advanced photography course will be starting in March this year. Just go to our website, clicklovegrow.com. You can either join the waitlist or you might be watching this and it's already open for sale. It's going to be a fantastic group of women that you can go through, really nice small group so that you can get the attention from the instructors, be inspired by other people's work, and create that space for you where it's okay to share your images. It's okay to try things creatively and maybe fail. That's what it's all about, because they're the learning opportunities to help you take those next steps and become the photographer you've always wanted to be.